That's me, flipping for $10,000 live on stream once again. Will our sun run continue, or has our good luck come to its end? There's only one way to find out. Roll the intro. Hey, that's me, and I'm dropping out of college to play poker. I currently have $50,000 in my bankroll, but I need to double it and make $100,000 by the end of the summer, or my parents will disown me. And this is where we're currently at. 2 months ago, I dropped out of college with the mission of making $100,000 by the end of August. And in last episode, we achieved our greatest victory yet, hitting a bankroll of $80,000! We've gone up over $25,000. That means we now sit with a bankroll of $81,894. And I decided to celebrate this milestone with all of you guys last week at the Great Locked In Gala.
Let's go, boys! Oh, why thank you. Ugh, I hate sparkled water, but today, now that we've hit our 80K goal, it's all about going for 100K. Surprise, surprise, what do we got here? Oh, a little cake? What's my wish, guys? I'm wishing to hit 100,000 in the next 2 weeks. Oh, this is red velvet. This looks really good. Let me get another. God, that is good. That's it for the session. We started off, whatever, 2 big pots, and we blasted away 1, 2, 3, 4 big punts and steady growth. We were running well. The rest of the session is kind of whatever. End it in the green this time.
It was a grand celebration, and we went up huge, a whopping $128. Hey, a win is a win. The road to 100K has begun. We are not here to play it safe and get comfortable. And so when I got a message with an invite to another big live stream game, I was enticed. It was the Champions Card Club hosting a 5, 10, 20 game down in Houston. But there was just one issue. I was in Dallas, which means there would be a 4-hour road trip down to the game. And not only that, but I would have to drive back the same night because I would be switching Airbnbs the very next day. But after our insane session on the last live stream, it would be very hard to say no. Plus, it just makes for great content. So I locked in my seat at the table and prepared myself for the drive.
Road trip. Got some Starbucks for the road. Let's go. Stopped at Buc-ee's. This place is massive. It's got a little snack, protein bar, and some water. So we'll be ready for the stream. Let's get to it.
All right, let's hop into the stream. So I'm feeling incredible going into this. I mean, we've been on a heater for the past few weeks, and it just feels like I've got all the momentum in the world. And my confidence must have manifested as we get Ace King in the very first hand. Nothing too interesting happens in this one though. We raise to 60 pre-flop, get 2 callers, and it just checks down to the river. Nonetheless, we'll take the little win to start the session. Now things started off pretty slow for me in this one. Didn't really play any hands for the first 30 minutes or so of the night. But as I quietly spectated everybody, I quickly noticed that this lineup was very different from my last live stream. In our huge $23,000 win on the TCH live stream a few days ago, the players at the table were not the greatest. Let's just say, I felt like I was scuba diving with how many fish I was surrounded by. And I was hoping for the same level of opposition here, but oh boy, was I mistaken. Pretty much all the players at the table were pros or semi-pros. Did I really just drive 4 hours to play against a bunch of nitty regs? And not only that, but I realized that I was supposed to be the fish at the table. Well, the whale was of course my buddy Jake Pro Poker. But after him, I was next on the list. I was determined to prove that I was not somebody to underestimate. I came here to win. As I said before, we really didn't have any huge pots until about the 40-minute mark into the stream. But we did have a little heads-up battle against the pro himself a little bit before that. We've got Ace Queen on the button, and we opened to $75. Which was the standard raise size at the table. Jake decides to 3-bet us to 300, and he's got Ace Jack. So we've got him dominated. In these positions, Ace Queen is pretty much gonna be a pure call with the rare 4-bet. But I surmise Jake won't be folding much to our 4-bets. So I decide to go with the standard play and just call. The flop comes 9-8-5 rainbow. I think this is a slightly better board for us, which Jake recognizes as he checks to us. We have enough showdown with Ace Queen where we can just check it back and see a turn. And so we do just that. And of course, the fake pro hits the jack on the turn and now begins to bet, this time with a size of 250. So we have 2 overs and a gut shot facing this small bet. Plus going up against this whale, ace high might even be good. And so I make a relatively standard call and hope to hit on the river.
And the delayed c-bet is called by Locked In, looking for a queen or a 10 to take down the pot, but instead 6 of spades rolls off on the river. Ace-jack gonna be good for it all. 700.
And now, after the pro puts in a 2/3 pot bet on the river, I'm debating all 3 options: calling, jamming, and folding. This river really should be better for us because we'll have more 7x, 6-5 suited, and probably pocket 6s than he will. On the other hand, it's very weird for him to be value betting this river for a large size because his jack X and even overpairs are quite vulnerable. But with only ace high, I have so many better calling hands here. And at the same time, I don't think Jake is ever folding his value when I jam here. And so I end up deciding, just lay it down. And in hindsight, it's the correct decision. We take a minor hit and drop down to 2,500, down $500 so far on the session. No worries though, things are just getting started. Shortly after this one, things heat up dramatically as we find ourselves in a splash pot. Pretty much we were playing the Nick game, and the loser would have to throw in a certain amount of money that progressively got larger throughout the night. At this time, it was $300. So there was a bunch of dead money in this pot already as we looked down at 10-8 suited in the cutoff. We raised it up to 200, a very large size due to the fact that there's over $300 in the middle already. We're hoping that we can just take it down nice and easy, but Jonathan on the button isn't gonna let that slide. He 3-bets us to 600 and it folds to us. Typically, this would just be a fold, but with the extra money in the pot, we only have to call 400 to win 1,600. Getting such great pot odds, we stick in the call, hoping to see a good flop.
So almost 1,300 in the pot, about 2,000 back for Jonathan and Locked In. And both players gonna catch a piece. King high flop, but an 8 as well for Locked In. Potentially bad news.
We check, and he now c-bets to 1/4 pot, $400. With this small size, I'm never folding. And given our shorter stack size, I actually wouldn't mind just jamming and going all in. However, I opt to call this time.
Locked In, probably getting the right price to go here. Backdoor clubs available for him. Pair of 8s as well. Will make the call.
We check again, and Jonathan hits us with the sneaky check. At this point in time, I'm thrilled that he checks, expecting him to jam with the stronger hands.
SPR of 1, Jonathan with a king, and he's actually going to find the check back and will not be punished for it.
And so we go to the river, the 3 of diamonds. I think about possibly betting small, but I don't think I can get value from many worse hands. I instead decided to check for the 3rd time.
Jams it all in, does Jonathan. Nasty spot here for Locked In.
Brutal spot to find ourselves in. I know that we don't beat any value, but we've got a decent bluff catcher, and we're against an opponent very capable of finding these more advanced bluffs. I was on the fence, but I picked up a timing tell when he immediately snap jammed the river. I believed that he didn't have thin value, since he would have had to think longer if he was going for it. So he either had an airball or King X plus. And with the check on the turn, I really didn't anticipate much King X from him. And so through that logical process, I felt like I had an easy decision.
Locked In probably needs to be good here at least 30% of the time or so in order to make this a profitable call. King high board, see if he can get away from it. And he makes the call. Jonathan takes it down with the king queen. It's scooping in the biggest pot of the night so far, $5,000.
We lose our first bullet of 3K and are down big early. But we weren't going anywhere. We buy back in, this time for $5,000. And we are determined to climb out of this hole. And this is when our action completely dies down. We play for over 2 hours and remain even at $5,000. I just wasn't getting many hands and remained patient for my counterattack. It wasn't until the last hour of the stream when our action blew up. This roller coaster hour kickstarts with the biggest pot of the live stream. Ty raises an early position to $75 with pocket 9s. Outlaw calls in the big blind, and we wake up with ace king. We squeeze to a large size of 425. Ty 4-bets, and we find ourselves in the most critical position of the night. It's either call or jam. There are 2 reasons that influence my decision. 1, I don't want to go the flop out of position. I'd rather just stick my chips in and hope for the best. And secondly, Ty's been getting really out of line as the night is near its end. And I thought he might even call me off with something like ace queen. And so I decide to jam it all in.
And he does. He 5-bet shoves, and Ty calls really quickly, so we've got a massive pot on our hands. First pot approaching 10K of the night, 96.80 in the middle. Locked In hated getting snap called. Let's see how it goes.
Ty, moving like the motherfucking Flash with that snap call. And I'm scared shitless. When he calls that quick, I'm honestly just thinking he's got queens, kings, or aces. And so I just pray that I'm close to 50-50. $10,000 flip to make or break the session. This could either be the downfall or the first great stride to our ultimate goal of $100,000.
Let's see how it goes. Ty slightly covered by Locked In. We're going to be running it twice here. First board is for the Nick game, and it's ace high. Locked In takes a big lead on the flop. Didn't need the help of the King of Hearts on the turn. Kills another one of his outs. He's going to be good on board number 1.
See how rigged it is. I have one king.
And on run out number 2, it's ace high as well. Ty's going to need a 9 and a 9 only on the turn in the river to take this down. 9 of diamonds, no good. Ace of diamonds in Locked In's hand. And just like that, Locked In scoops in an almost $10,000 pot and sends Ty to the felt.
Boom! We scoop it up. $10,000, baby. I just can't stop sun running. Our stack skyrockets up, and we now sit in the green $2,000. But we're not stopping here. Just 20 minutes later, we wake up with another premium. This time, pocket queens. And we 3-bet to 750. The straddles are going absolutely bonkers. I think this one straddled all the way up to $80. But we get one caller, and we go to a scary flop.
The commish going to give some action here and make the call with the suited 10-9. 1,600 in the middle. Locked In with the pair of queens, ace-high board.
On the ace-high board, I simplify my strategy and just go with the quarter pot range bet. The commish calls. The turn comes, the bricky deuce of spades. Now, I go into check call mode on the turn, but I'm happy to see our opponent check back.
Commish chooses to take one more free shot at the gutter ball, but misses, and it's going to be the queens for all of it.
On the river, I decide to go for a very small block size, trying to squeak out some value from worse pocket pairs, a 7 or 6. However, the commish is finished as he folds it, and we win a surprisingly large pot, $2,500, just like that. But believe me, we ain't done yet. Literally, just 2 hands later, we look down at pocket kings. After getting 4-bet by Jonathan the small blind, I rip the 5-bet jam.
Jams it in. Johnny does not like to hear that.
And after a solid bit of tanking, he lays down his ace queen. And we win another $2.5 thousand. We are chip leading with 13K, over 5K in profit. And we are feeling great. So we just chuck in the $160 straddle. Now you might say, oh, Locked In, you're just wasting your damn money. You're so stupid. Well, if I'm so damn stupid, then tell me why I've got pocket kings again.
And Locked In's got kings again.
I'm getting deja vu as I put in another 3-bet. And I think my opponents are just getting sick of me as they are both forced to fold once more. Another 2.5K pot. Very skillful play here, guys. Make sure you're taking notes. And the premiums just don't stop coming. The very next hand, we've got ace queen. The stream shows ace 9, but that's wrong. And Jake Pro Punter raises to $200. We raise it up to $700, and he snapped 4-bet jams, which we snap call. In the blink of an eye, the pro is all in, and we're crushing in an almost 7K pot.
Pro jammed. Locked In snapped that off. Blink and you'll miss it.
2 boards.
700 all in call. Ace 9 good right now.
Oh my, the gut shot. No. Ace 4 suited, yeah.
I like that hand.
Double gut shot.
Oh.
What do you have, queens?
No, I
You said not that good.
Jeez.
That's me.
That's you.
Ace 9 high. Good for the first part of this pot.
I need
The pro in shambles so far.
I need a 4.
Some combination of those cards. 4.
Oh, another sweat.
Oh. Ooh, whoa.
5.
Ace trade deuce. Some more outs here for the pro on the second board.
Oh, bad pry. You have an ace jack?
No.
Jeez.
Jack of spades.
Oh, sorry. Ah.
And Locked In is going to scoop another pot, almost $7,000. Oh, sorry, it was a card reader error. It was ace queen. Okay, that makes a little more sense. And Locked In has crushed this game so far tonight.
Maybe money does grow on trees, because this is just too easy. Baskin Robbins better be scouting me, because I can't stop scooping. $17,455 in our stack. What the actual fuck? That was pretty much the end of the madness. We lose a few smaller pots near the very end of the night, but what a freaking session.
Locked In Poker taking the big win, 7,600 in the green.
From down a bullet real early to ending the night with a profit of $7,640. Our final stack was $15,640, and we bought in for $8,000 total. Not a bad session. After that ridiculous session, our bankroll now sits at $89,662. We are just a little bit over $10,000 away from $100,000. I can't really believe I'm saying that. We have just been running so hot and capitalizing off of it, so we're just gonna keep on riding this winning wave. But as I mentioned earlier, we had to swap Airbnbs for our last week here in Dallas. And as you might notice, I am already in that other location. And so that will be shown in the next episode. But I'll give you a quick sneak peek of what we're working with. The road to 100K is in full swing. I love you guys and appreciate all of you guys' support. And I'll see you in the next one. Stay locked in.